And welcome into the ballpark. Happy to have you with us. MLB The Show has action out of the NL Central. It's the St. Louis Cardinals and the Milwaukee Brewers. We're all eager to see if his heroics last time out carry over. He was absolutely dialed in at the plate, Singy.
Dialed in is right, partner. Everything seemed to be going his way. Looking forward to seeing if that same timing and energy carries over in this one.
All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. About to get started here. And on the mound in this one, Tobias Myers. Base runners are tough to come by with him out there, Chris.
Yeah, this guy's been real stingy, man. Not allowing guys to play the game, just keeping them at home plate. I mean, just ridiculous sub-1 whip. I mean, he's dominating hitters, and a guy like this on the mound, one of the elite starters in the game right now.
And now the center fielder, Michael Ciani. High fly ball, right field. Makes the grab, one down. Now we take a check of the St. Louis Cardinals lineup. And a big factor for them in recent games, Michael Ciani.
Yeah, definitely someone I always enjoy, you know, when I get a chance to watch him, whether he's hitting in a game or even taking swings during batting practice. Man, this guy's always so focused on what he's doing on that task at hand. He's got so much attention to detail that when he steps in the box, his success rate is really high.
One down, base is empty. Swing and a miss, struck him out.
Oh, really went aggressive in with that slider. Good two-strike pitch right there. At worst case scenario, it's weak contact in play. Exactly where he and the catcher wanted it.
In the air, out towards left center. Spain brings it in for the third out. It's the Cardinals nothing and the Brewers coming to bat. It's Major League Baseball and it's on the show. Back here in Milwaukee, and today's starting pitcher, Quinn Matthews. What do we have on him?
Well, one thing for me that's a little alarming is that this guy is walking more than he's striking out. And when you've got traffic on the base paths, one mistake can put your team behind the 8-ball early in a ball game. So we'll see today if somehow he's able to reverse that trend, fill up the strike zone, get some solid contact.
This one's fair down the line and left, and it's going to be extra bases. Safe at second with a leadoff double.
Well, the last 10 games or so have been anything but fun at the plate for him, so that one has to feel good. Ripped that one down the line and kept it fair, and even when you hit it that far out front, you still have to keep your hands tight to your body so you don't hook around that baseball and put it in foul territory, and that right there was perfect.
Here's Mark Canha. Cut on and lifted in the air. And no one can get there. Rounds third, headed for the plate. He'll score easily. And he's there with a double.
Seeing some good swings from him right now with consecutive extra base hits. That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay.
Jackson Chourio, the next to hit.
1点差でまた負けてる。
Yeah, that's fouled off.
Hitter's got some good opposite field power. What I like about something being hit to the right side into the outfield is that the base runner at second has a very good read and can determine whether or not he can score on that base hit.
Swing and a miss as he was out front. Canha stands at second with no outs. Got it. Down one away.
Well, it can be so tough as a hitter to pull yourself out of an extended slump, one that lasts for several games, even a week or more. You know, right now, he's really in one, so I'm sure his mind is all over the place, racing, having a hard time sleeping, trying to figure out what can get him back on track, back to feeling more comfortable and settled in the box.
Wes Clark now at the plate as he swings through strike one. And he's down 0-2 as he swings through it.
Well, pretty clear to me. He's trying to go deep right there, but you've got to get a pitch that you can handle.
Swing and a miss. Curveball in the dirt. Out. 2 away now after the drop third strike. Nice job behind the plate there.
You hear people talk about letting the ball travel so often in terms of a hitting approach, and that's a great example why right there. If he's willing to let that curveball get a little deeper into the zone before he commits, he's way more likely to recognize that it's making a beeline for the dirt. On the other side, still a nice 2-strike pitch, though.
Garrett Spain now in the box. Comes up empty with a swing there. Runner at second, 2 down. And a swing and a miss.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
And there's a ball.
See if he can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you can get hurt.
And now 2-2. 2 outs and 1 in scoring position. Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts. 1 run, a pair of hits, no errors, and 1 left on. We move to the new inning getting started. Here's Nolan Gorman. Myers back to work. There's the strike. On the ground, Clark. And he takes it himself for the out.
さすがにやってないと思うけどな。やってないな。
Next is the designated hitter, Alec Burleson. And that is out of play. Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. Spain snags it. Out number 2. Jordan Walker next up for the Cardinals. And first offering is fouled off.
Fell off to a great start. He's really cruising out there on the mound. He's got a chance to get through these first 2 innings with under 20 pitches. That could set him up to go deep into this game.
And a swing and a miss. And it's a 3-up, 3-down inning. Nothing doing here this half. We go to the bottom of inning number 2. It's the Brewers 1 and the Cardinals nothing. And welcome back to the ballpark. Bottom half of inning number 2. Now it's going to be Joseph Ortiz. Just missed. Ortiz matched a homer in his last game.
Kelly just threw that fastball by him, elevated, and if you're not looking up in that location, very difficult to catch up to, especially with that velocity.
Out towards left center.
これは詰まっ
in
た。
position. Nabs it, and there's 1 down.
That's a really nice play, ranging back into the outfield for that.
難易度なんぼやろ今。オールスターか。
That catch, we all know those can be a little tricky, especially if the wind's swirling around out there.
William Contreras, the next to hit, takes ball 1. Line drive, leaps it, he's got it.
Well, baseball can be cruel, can it? I mean, sometimes it gives and sometimes it takes away. He did everything right on that swing, but he's got nothing to show for it.
2 down, base is empty. This is Bryce Terang. Ball 1, no strikes.
Ball 1, no strikes.
2 outs, base is empty. And another ball.
When you get ahead in the count, there's no doubt that the success rate goes up, and that's what he's been doing. It's made a big impact for him in recent games.
Swing and a high fly ball, well struck left field. Going back, hauls it in on the warning track. Offense held in check there. We head on now to the top of the 3rd. It's the Brewers 1 and the Cardinals nothing. all set for the start of the inning. And stepping in for the Cardinals, Yoel Pozo. And that one fouled off. Got him swinging.
Been a pretty rough start to this series for him at the plate. 3 strikeouts in the first game yesterday. Another one right there. They've clearly got a great plan for how to deal with this guy right now.
And now Pedro Pajes. There's a strike.
Pajes.
That one down the line, and it goes just foul. 1 out, bases empty. They tried to get him to chase on a slider down and away. That's foul off to the right side, keeps the AB going. The pitch. Up the middle, and it finds its way through for a hit. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
今のはしゃあないな。
Well, he found himself behind in the count right there, but he didn't give in. Just kept it simple, played pepper with the middle of the infield and took it back where it came from, and there's just no one there to knock it down.
Michael Hellman in the box now. No balls and a strike. And he gets that fastball by him upstairs.
Well, this can be kind of frustrating for the hitting coach. Right now, this lineup seems to be swinging at everything.
Next pitch is outside.
2 strikes.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
Well, that slider wasn't even close to the strike zone, and he got him to chase. That's just a bad approach right there. Either he was looking for something else and got completely fooled, or he was sitting all over the slider and just couldn't resist the temptation. But, man, really expanded right there and didn't have a chance of making contact with that pitch.
Swing and a ball drilled in the air towards right center field. Canna makes the catch, and that is that. So 1 hit is all they get. We move on to the bottom of inning number 3. It's the Brewers 1 and the Cardinals nothing. Bottom of the inning, and here's the veteran outfielder, Manuel Margot. First pitch misses.
もうなってんの早っ。めっちゃ早いな。
Margot swings through that one.
The hitter early and off balance on that swing. If I'm the pitcher, I'm taking a little bit more off, see if you can get him to chase something in the dirt.
Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Up the middle.
こりゃ飽きまへん。
The throw to first. Leadoff man retired here in the 3rd. Back to the top of the lineup. Next for the Brewers, Andrew Monasterio. Doubled leading off the ball game. Then came around to score the first run of the game. That one the other way. He's got it, and there's 2 away.
That swing right there tells me he's seeing the ball pretty well. I know it didn't produce a hit, but he made solid contact, and that's all you're looking to do anytime you're at the plate.
That one fouled off. Swing and a high fly ball out towards right center field. Walker makes the play, and it's out number 3. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left. On to inning number 4. It's the Brewers 1 and the Cardinals nothing. And we're back. And now it's going to be Brendan Donovan. Donovan, a former Gold Glove winner, 28 years old. And he was born in Germany.
Nope, that's down.
You know, these Cardinals, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. They're chasing a lot of pitches outside the zone, and those chases are turning into a bunch of outs. Can they turn that around and stay within the zone? We'll see, but I think they have to.
Whips it to first. That's the first out in the top of the fourth. Here's Nolan Arenado. 0 for 1 with a fly out to center. Liner, base hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Well, clearly he was ready to hit right there. And, man, I'll tell you, a line drive like that into the gap just feels so good. It's feedback that you had everything on time and in control from start to finish with your swing.
One gone, runner at first. Standing in is the power-hitting second baseman, Nolan Gorman. And a good fastball to start him off. That's strike one. Swing and a miss.
Quickly in an 0-2 count, you've got to figure out a way to shorten your path to the baseball. Put it in play somewhere, then you got a chance.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out of the slider, and there's 2 gone.
Really tight bite on that slider and just couldn't get the barrel to it out front. You've got to try to pull those hands tight to the body to get it through. And I'm thinking he probably wanted that pitch to end up even more inside to keep it out of the danger zone. But it had enough late break and deception to get the job done.
So digging in, Alec Burleson. That pitch gets the corner, and that is strike one.
0-1's the count.
Late swing, foul to the left. That's inside.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Smoked on the ground a second. Terang over to first in time. And he has thrown 4 shutout innings. 1 hit, 1 left. And midway in the fourth, it's the Brewers 1 and the Cardinals nothing. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league. And a foul ball. Swing and a miss. 0-2 now.
I think he was sitting off speed there.
High fly ball out to center field. Ciani makes the grab, 1 away. So next it's the Brewers cleanup hitter, Wes Clark. He's 0 for 1. And the first offering is not close.
That's ball 2.
Next offering is fouled back. One down, base is empty. Up and in.
Wow.
And the count is 3-1.
Oh, they have had a hard time scoring in this one. The pitcher out there on the mound wants to keep attacking, make sure that they don't get any confidence.
Line drive, base hit. And they have their first hit since the first inning.
Well, when you fall behind in the count, you've got to come into the zone, and then guys have a better chance of hitting the ball hard like he did right there.
Here's the center fielder, Garrett Spain. He struck out swinging in his first at bat. And that one hammered. That's back there. And it's a one-hopper off the wall. Should be extra bases. Throw cut off, down to the plate. Not in time. He's safe. And a run comes in to score.
Picks himself up at RBI. I love the approach he had right there with that pitch. Not trying to do too much, but still looking to drive it. And that's exactly what he's able to do into the opposite field gap for the double.
Ortiz in the box now as he leaves that one up high. One out and a runner at second. We're here in the bottom of the fourth. Fought off foul. And a swing and a miss.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
That misses the zone. Yeah, that's ball 2.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
In the air, out towards right center. Walker. He's got it. And there's 2 away. And now it's William Contreras. 0 for 1 so far. Check swing, called strike.
Well, I know they've gotten out to an early lead, but you don't want to take these opportunities for granted. With 2 outs, still lock in with a quality at bat, drive in that run. You may not have another runner in scoring position the rest of this ball game.
Pitch misses. 1-2 the count.
0-2 fastball way out of the zone. I think he's trying to speed him up. Got to stay back. Off speed's probably coming.
And that's down and away.
Well, he might have to look for a different put-away pitch right here, 2-2. He's already seen the curveball a couple of times in this at-bat, so might have it timed up and ready for it.
Spain at second with 2 down. And this one squirts away from the catcher. The run comes in from second, and they're up by 3.
That right there is a great read and some wheels to match. So exciting when you see a guy score all the way from second on a wild pitch. It's almost like an inside-the-park home run.
2 outs. And down on strikes he goes. Make it 4 strikeouts for him on the bump today. So 2 runs, 2 hits, 1 error, and no one left. On to the top of the 5th we go. It's the Brewers 3 and the Cardinals nothing. Welcome back. Quite a pitcher's duel so far. Here's how the starters have performed up to this point. Myers back to work. Swing and a ground ball into the outfield, base hit. And the leadoff man aboard. Yohel Pozo next up for the Cardinals. In there, and it's 0-1.
Boog, over 80% of his first pitches are strikes. You're doing that, you could have a really good day out there on the mound.
Check swing, and he went. And the count is 0-2. Runner at first with no outs here. And ball 1. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Simply said, this guy's flailing at the plate right now. Just disconnected from head to toes in terms of the sink of his body. That's his 5th strikeout of the series, and we're just 2 games in. So Hoping to see some kind of adjustment out of him. His at-bats are just a little tough to watch right now.
Next offering is in for a strike.
I got a ball, 1 strike.
Man at first, 1 away. Here comes the pitch. Runner breaks for second. Ball outside and safe. It's a stolen base.
You know, nights like this when it seems harder to score, I like the call to put him in motion and try to steal the base. Ball's not carrying, no home runs so far, so trying to manufacture some offense like this may be the way to go.
Man at second. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. And that's in the dirt. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row. Wow, just great bite to that slider. Broke hard out of the zone, and he just couldn't hold up the swing. You know, as a hitter, that pitch is really hard to take, and there's just not much you can do with it. You know that, but you don't want to get rung up by the umpire. Now up for St. Louis, Michael Hellman. Went down on strikes his first time through. Swings and hits one in the air out towards right field. Canna has a beat on it, and he can't quite get there. It's a foul ball. Man on second, 2 down. Swings through that.
No ball, 2 strikes.
That one hit to right. Canna sizing this one up. He's got it, and that's the 3rd out. The Cards leave 1. They trail it here 3-0. Back here at American Family Field, and stepping in is the speedy Bryce Terang. Right through there for a strike. Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Kyle Leahy up and throwing. King also getting ready. And now the count is even. Fastball is outside. Up the middle, Hellman. And the leadoff man set down in their half of the 5th.
Now batting, left fielder,
Manuel Margot up to the plate.
He's been going after these guys consistently, and as a result, he's been able to keep his pitch count low, throwing the ball very well right now.
That one missed. In the air, right field. And that's out of play, a foul ball. On the ground, out to short. Tosses to first. Home man for the 5th inning, moving along. 2 quick outs.
now batting, 3rd baseman, Andrew Monasterio.
Back to the top of the Milwaukee order. Next for Milwaukee, Andrew Monasterio. 1 for 2. And he swings and misses at the initial offering. And a big swing and a miss.
Well, there's a certain point where you have to commit to what you think you see, and he guessed wrong right there. Nasty slider with just terrific bite at the end.
2 down, nobody on.
Ball.
Fights that one away, still 1-2. 2 outs. And a swing and a miss. And that's that. 3 up, 3 down for Milwaukee, but they're on top by a count of 3-0. All right, we go to the top half of inning number 6. Now batting Michael Ciani. Outside of the breaking ball.
You know, these Cards just lacking discipline at the plate in this ball game. They've been chasing pitches outside the zone all game, and it's led to some frustrating moments. They've been fooled quite a bit today.
Fouled off left side.
さあ、上がってるから打ちそうやけどな。どないなもん。
Swings through that one for strike 2.
One ball.
全く合ってねえな。ちょっと下がってもた。
So a runner aboard to start the inning. Brendan Donovan next up for the Cardinals. Donovan having a lot more success on the road this season. Oh, and they're going to tag the pitcher with a pitch clock violation. That's an automatic ball.
The pitcher must begin his motion before the pitch timer runs out. We're looking for a little more urgency out there.
Check on the runner, and he's back safely. Nobody out. Runner at first. And another ball.
No, he's really working him away this at bat. Sometimes take a little bit off velocity. Try to get a rollover, something on the ground. Stay away from that big hole on the right side of the infield.
The 2-1. Pulled hard, but it's a foul ball. Ciani on at first. Nobody out. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Makes the catch, and there's 1 gone.
あれをワンバウンドしてダブルプレーもあり。
catching the line drive, but most importantly, he kept the runner out of scoring position.
普通に
Things
と
would
って
look a
思っ
little
た。
different if he didn't make that play.
Swinging a foul out of play.
ちょい下がっときゃ
Arenado at the
ダブ
plate.
ルプレーいけ
Arenado,
たかな。
guy who delivers big time power at the dish and will probably go down as one of the great. There's one out.
よっ
Double
しゃ。
play. They can't seem to break through. Inning over. Make it 6 shutout innings for him out there now. It's the Brewers 3 and the Cardinals nothing. Back now for the bottom of the 6th, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Kyle Leahy.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Canna at the plate for the 3rd time as he comes up empty there.
It might be time to choke up a little bit, get that front foot down early, maybe even just spread out. He's really late right now.
Swing and a miss and a slider.
Man, 91 on the slider right there. That's a hard one. That's a low-end fastball for some pitchers.
Foul ball. It stays 0-2.
Teased the zone with that fastball, a little bit up, fouled it off. Expect him to go a little bit higher with this next one.
Just outside. And the count 1-2.
Caught a break right there. Pretty good pitch on the outside corner.
Gets a piece and stays alive. And they'll do it again.
スライダースイーパーか。
And he hits a ground ball right side, and he handles it himself for the out. At the plate, Jackson Chourio. Both 2 in this one. First pitch, and that's in for a strike. Action in the pen down there. Ryan Fernandez up and loosening in the pen. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did.
0-2 is the count.
Base is empty, one away here in the bottom of the sixth. Here's a high fly ball out to center.
Yeah,
Ciani settles underneath it, hauls it in for the out. Now here is Wes Clark. And a foul ball. Swing and a pop-up. Gorman under it. And that ends the inning. Nobody left for Milwaukee, but they lead it 3-0. Welcome back as we take a look at their upcoming schedule.
More ちょいいけるか。よっしゃ。
Ripped on the ground to second. Terang over to first in time. That's the first out, the top of the seventh.
If you want to be a great defense, you have to deliver consistently. It doesn't matter how many highlight reel plays you make if you can't execute the small stuff, just like we saw.
And first offering is fouled off.
Well, I think the key, I mean, if he can get through one more inning, anything after that, a hitter or two is bonus, but they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line. You can tell by their swings, this lineup is having trouble gauging speeds. Timing is everything in hitting, and right now they just don't have it. That's a really good job of laying off the 0-2 high fastball. Is going to make that pitcher really have to respect this hitter, even though he's behind in the count.
One down, base is empty. And that's outside. Slice the other way. That's a base hit. So a man at first. Jordan Walker next up for the Cardinals. Manager out of the dugout, and he's going to make a change. So the Brewers bring on a new pitcher from the pen, Tyler Alexander.
He's certainly been one of their better relief pitchers this season. The numbers are really solid, so they feel great about handing the ball over to him.
There's the swing and a miss. Alexander, in his 6th season, he throws a cutter, a 4-seamer, a changeup, a 2-seamer, and he works in a slider.
Well, he's been aggressive right out of the box, and a smart pitcher is going to play off of that, especially when you get to 2 strikes.
Hit on the ground might be 2. Ortiz to second, and that's quick work out of the pen. 1 batter, 2 outs, inning over. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left. Midway in inning number 7, and it's time to stretch. It's the Brewers 3 and the Cardinals nothing. We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Ryan Fernandez.
Well, he's been a bit of a wild card out there in terms of throwing strikes. He's definitely struggled with free passes this year.
Spain up to the plate for the 3rd time as he looks at 1 down low. Right side. Gorman. On to first. 1 up, 1 down. Joseph Ortiz getting ready to hit. And a big swing and a miss.
0-1's the count.
Swings and misses. And that's strike 2.
0-2.
That one lined to the left field, and that's base hit.
Well, he wasn't afraid to hit with 2 strikes. I think he choked up a little bit, maybe spread out, but he got the job done right there.
Here's the Brewers catcher now, William Contreras. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. A swing and a miss, and that's strike 1.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Pitch misses there, 2-1. Here's a swing and a line drive, and that's a base hit into right field. They get it in quickly, so first and second, now 1 out.
Just so sound in his mechanics. Hits against a firm front side, and the hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field.
On a line, base hit. Coming home. He'll score. And the throw's offline, safe at third.
Didn't take long to get a result for that at bat. Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
Here comes the manager out of the Cardinals dugout, and he'll make a move to the pen. Ryan Fernandez out of the game, and the line not closed on him yet as he's responsible for the runners on base. Back with a new pitcher after this. John King comes on now, on for the 30th time this year. Here's Manuel Margot. Fouled off down the right side. Contreras at third. Terang over at first with 1 away. Got the bat going too soon. It's strike 2.
Well, in this situation with a runner on first, less than 2 outs, some say, hey, get the ground ball, double play with 2 strikes. Some people say get the strikeout. I think you just execute your pitch, make the best pitch you possibly can, and let the result be whatever it's going to be.
Work burner into the outfield for a knock. In comes the run from third. It's an RBI single, and the lead is up to 5.
4 hits in a row, and they're really swinging it here. He wasn't able to elevate it, but he put a great swing on it. Right on time, good balanced approach, and just blasted it through the infield.
Monasterio, the batter now, as he swings and misses for strike 1. Swing and a miss, and he got him to chase.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Runners at first and second with 1 gone. Here at the bottom of the 7th. Started after it, appeal to first, and he held up. Two on, 1 out. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Pulled the string on the changeup.
He had him out in front, which isn't easy to do against a hitter like this, known for using the entire field. Just couldn't sit back long enough on that one.
Canna in now, takes ball 1 off the plate.
これか。
Rip towards third. They take the force out, and that'll keep more runs from coming in. Inning over. So it's 2 runs on 4 hits. No errors and a couple left on. 8th inning coming up. It's the Brewers 5 and the Cardinals nothing. Back here in Milwaukee, we go to the 8th, and stepping in for the Cardinals, Yohel Pozo. Line drive. That's a base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Yeah, 怪我してもた。 リスやな。サードショート。
Casey Martin coming into the game now as the injury replacement. And now the Cardinals catcher, Pedro Pajes. There's a strike.
Well, the leadoff man gets on. You want to minimize the threat by playing sound defense. Hopefully the pitcher can get a ball on the ground and they can roll him up for 2.
High fly ball out towards left center. And there's one down.
That's just a really nice catch on the run right there. He saved extra bases for sure. If the pitcher's his friend, he'll give him a second to catch his breath before he's ready to deal the next pitch.
And it's off the bag. Throw into third. And the throw's offline, safe at third.
Went up there looking to be aggressive and got something he could handle. I know that was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charge it. Crazy.
Lefty out of the stretch, runners at first and third. Swing and a fly ball in the air out towards right center field. Canna makes the catch. Runner tagging from third. Throw is offline, and he scores. It's 5-1.
There you go. Nice little RBI there. It's a great at bat. Got the job done.
Donovan stands in now and watches strike one. Line drive, and that's a base hit out into center field. The throw in. Safe. Not in time to get him, and it's first and third with 2 away. And a dangerous hitter coming to the plate. Here's Nolan Arenado, 1 for 3. And here comes the Brewers manager to the mound. Pitching change coming. Aaron Ashby gets the ball now.
Well, the ERA tells you pretty much all you need to know. Under 1. He's been fantastic coming out of the pen.
And the first pitch misses for ball 1. Little chopper rolls foul. Helmet on third. Donovan at first. 2 out of the inning. In the dirt, and it's 2-1.
Tough spot right here. A couple runners on. 2-ball count. You can't nibble, but you have to execute and finish your pitch. If you leave something out over the plate, it's going to bring in some runs.
On the ground to third. Fires across the diamond. That ends the inning and stops things from getting out of hand. 2 men left stranded, but they do push across 1. Home half of inning number 8 straight ahead. It's the Brewers 5 and the Cardinals 1. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th, JoJo Romero.
He doesn't get a lot of strikeouts compared to other relievers, so he relies on getting that soft contact and the defense doing work behind him. They'll have to be on their toes with him on the bump.
Now a move being made for a pinch hitter, Christian Yelich.
And he handles left-handed pitchers very well, so not too worried about the same-handed matchup right here.
Late with the swing there.
Well, these Brewers, digging into their numbers, have to be happy with the swings they're taking. We've seen how many line drive base hits they've been able to produce in this one, 6 to be exact, and they've all been pretty loud.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Next pitch, a slider that misses outside. Swing and a miss. Couldn't catch up to the heater. Wes Clark up now for the Brewers. Swings through that one out in front that time.
This guy's got such a good sinker. As a hitter, you've got to look up in the zone. If you look down, you're going to be chasing stuff in the dirt.
Swing and a foul pushed off to the right, and that will get out of play. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. A changeup missing. Now 1-2. Base is empty, one away. Here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. And there's a ball.
とんでもないゲームが来る。なんやそれ。新作。
One down, base is empty. Not close with that one, and it's 3-2. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Chance to strike out the side now. You talk about the benefits, the advantages of relievers who can come in and get the swing and miss, whether it's inherited runners or maybe a little jam that they get into themselves. Knowing that they can miss the bat, tell you what, that's huge and can change the ball game.
And now the 0-1. And a swing and a miss there.
なんやかんや3時間半やってんのかすごいな。
Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again.
He needs to throw that breaking ball with just a little more conviction to get the swing and miss.
Swings through it for the K. And he strikes out the side here in the 8th. No runs, no hits, no errors. Through 8 full, it's the Brewers 5 and the Cardinals 1. And welcome back to the ballpark. We go to the 9th. Now up the Cardinals' number 4 hitter, Nolan Gorman. First pitch just misses. Right side, hard hit. Terang over to first in time. Now one gone in the 9th.
さあ、このままいけそうやな。
And here is Alec Burleson. And he takes a strike.
0-1.
Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. Lunging, but can't bring it in. Man at first, Jordan Walker. Next up for the Cardinals. That misses the zone. Ball 1. Burleson leads off first with 1 away. Next offering is in for a strike.
1 ball, 1 strike.
No. ボールやな。
And that one missing low. Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. Cardinals now with just 1 out remaining. So 2 down now. And here is Yohel Pozo. Right through there for a strike. Foul ball there. The Cardinals down to their final strike. Swing and a ground ball, and that one gets through into center field. Throw stops the lead runner at second. 2 on and 2 out. Now the catcher up to hit, Pedro Pajes. Swing and a miss. There's the changeup.
0-1's the count. 0-1. 1-1.
That one catches the corner for a strike.
Wow, just a beautiful backdoor slider right there. If you've got any chance of hitting that
pitch. To first, and this should do it. Steps on the bag himself. Ball game.
Well, a real nice performance out of the pen. This guy is not the one who usually gets the final out, but extended his role a little bit and helped his team get the win. He got the save. Nice job.
5-1 is how it ends. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew here at MLB The Show, Thanks for stopping by. I'm John Shambi. Talk to you soon.
よっしゃ、いったな。怪我か。しゃあない。5.5 か。よいしょ。さあ終わろう。